Hello, welcome to today's Polkadot Eco update video, and I'm gonna be talking about Phala Network and Crust, the latest updates that we've got from them in today's short video, which is not gonna be longer than 10 minutes. I'm gonna try and keep it as short as possible so as not to bore you. Just a quick update so you know what's going on, and then that's it. And of course, we'll take a quick look at the Rococo parachains to see what's going on there in Polkadot.js as always, to keep you up to date with that as well. So as we can see with Phala Network, with the ticker symbol PHA, it's currently trading at just under $1 here. And of course, this token is listed on Binance. Okay, it is an ERC20 token. They will have a substrate version as well, just so you know. But let's take a look at the latest updates. And this is probably the biggest update that we've got from them. And this is actually posted yesterday, and that's that they're listed on Coin1, which is a Korean cryptocurrency exchange, and they're listed with the K or W market. Okay, so that means that the Korean won can be tradable with Phala Network on this exchange. And if you don't already know, people in Korea cannot use any other cryptocurrency exchanges aside from the ones that are in Korea. It's just, I think it's illegal for them to do so. So that's why it's very important to have these listings on Korean exchanges if you want to attract other markets. And I know that Darwinia are also collaborating with the Korean market as well, with some people that are part of the Polkadot ecosystem over at Korea. So we could expect some potential listings for Ring and Katon there as well. Again, it is just speculation. I don't know anything about that. I'm just saying that it could potentially happen just because these guys are all part of the Polkadot DAO, which is the Polkadot Decentralized Autonomous Organization, together with Phala Network, with Moonbeam, with Crust, and so on. So having these collaborations does mean that they could potentially help each other in listing on these exchanges. So yeah, very good. Well done to Phala Network, and I'm sure the holders are very happy. But if we go down here, we can see that we've got a list with the most active projects in the Polkadot ecosystem, and it's very important to have this kind of analysis just to kind of get a feel for what's going on, especially for the new person. Like if you're new to the Polkadot ecosystem and you want to learn more about it, it's always good to have this kind of view, just to give you that kind of feel of which ones you should consider. And again, this isn't financial advice or anything, but it's just to help you in making the best decision, right? This video is sponsored by KeyFi. KeyFi is an all-in-one platform for tracking, swap and staking your tokens and more. Think of KeyFi as a DeFi aggregator where you can do most things DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. Think of the ability to supply liquidity to various pools of your choice, ones which pay better than others, as well as swapping tokens in and out using platforms like Uniswap or 1inch and choosing which platform to use for such swaps. So it gives you flexibility, basically bringing all DEXs together in one place. They've started off on Ethereum and are now also on Binance Smart Chain, which means if you are interested, the token with the ticker symbol KeyFi is tradable on Uniswap as an ERC20 token on Ethereum and on PancakeSwap for the Binance Smart Chain. The team consists of the co-founder and tech lead Ben Gervais, who's got 13 plus years experience in web development and startups, as well as 3 plus years experience at Selfkey as head of R&D, working on decentralized identity technologies. The total supply of the token is 10 million, with a large batch being locked up. One special update that's coming to KeyFi with more details to be announced soon is something called K tokens. The name has yet to be decided, but a K token is a fungible interest-bearing token that also earns you KeyFi just for holding it. K tokens will help a user allocate their funds into a basket of DeFi tokens that are selected by an AI model. For more details on KeyFi, please check the video popping up on the top right hand corner of the screen. And to do more research as always. So we can see DOT here is on the top with 992 most active developer community. Then we've got Polka BTC, which is going to be the common good parachain, part of Interlay. That's the name of the company, but Polka BTC is going to be the token, which is going to be pegged to Bitcoin on a 1-to-1 ratio, but on the Polkadot ecosystem. And they've got competitors like Chainx, which is going to have XBTC, and also Ren, which is going to have Ren BTC. Crust, I'm surprised at how active the Crust community is. Actually, they're so under the radar for some reason. I just don't see that many updates with Crust. So that's why I try to cover these updates on this channel. But Crust is one of those special projects because it does offer a storage solution, a decentralized storage solution on the Polkadot ecosystem. Of course, their focus is on the Polkadot ecosystem on Substrate, if you want to say that. And then Ring, so Darwinia, we've got Darwinia here with 271, so that's also great to see. And again, I've been bullish on Darwinia, I've been saying it. What I don't understand is why Chainx is not in this list, right? Being the first Substrate-based project, and it just kind of goes back to that article from Hobby saying that they're kind of lacking GitHub activity. So perhaps that's why Chainx are not mentioned, because it is in relation to that GitHub activity at the end of the day, and the developer community as a whole. So yeah, they need to come out of hiding badly, in my opinion. Again, I don't want to be fudding Chainx or anything. I do think they're still working behind the scenes. I just don't understand why they're not part of this group. They should have been the first Substrate project. They're gonna become a secondary relay chain to Polkadot as well. I know that they've posted some updates, which I've covered in my latest video, but yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to see Chainx here. So yeah, to continue on here, we've got Reef, which is on 210. Sorry, Phala, I almost forgot because I'm actually talking about Phala. So Phala 210, together with Reef as well. And again, I haven't really covered Reef that much. I've done a video on Reef. I know some people watching this channel like Reef, but I know there's also been some FUD with Reef, so I am a bit careful with that. But maybe it was just temporary FUD, and the fact that we're seeing them here within the Polkadot ecosystem, they've been supported and backed by a lot of these other projects, you know, I mean, it could be that they're okay, right? Ocean 171, also one I have not spoken about, and Bifrost, which I have done a video on. Math I haven't done a video on, and Light Entry, which I have done a video on recently. 101 is the least when it comes to the developer community. So yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, other than that, yeah, they're just retweeting here. We don't have many other news with them aside from this Korean exchange listing, but we'll need to keep an eye out on them. And they are recruiting bounty hunters to build the Web3 3.0. All hunters can capture bounty by submitting code. When your proposed code is approved by the official team, you'll get your bounty. Founder of Phala Network is also having a live AMA. This was on the 6th of April with the Polkadot DAO Alliance. And again, that's why I would like to see more projects in the Polkadot DAO Alliance join there, right? Because there are just quite a lot of them which are building on Substrate, but they're not part of that DAO Alliance. So hopefully we're going to see more of that. But yeah, good job by Phala Network, by the way. At least they're getting listed on more exchanges. They're keeping the community happy. This is what the community want to see. I know that KSM holders, if they would have staked their KSM on the Phala validator back in 2020 for like 4 or 5 months, if I'm not mistaken, they would have received the Phala airdrop for free. I know some people in my community have received that Phala airdrop for free. And it was trading at like 6 or 7 cents back then, so it's very, very low. Some people have sold that Phala airdrop, and if they would have held it now, it would have been worth a lot. But it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, people don't know what's going to happen in the future. So yeah, let's continue on here and talk about Crust. And Crust is trading at $82.80, which is really not that bad, right? The total supply is 2 million, but again, this is on the Ethereum blockchain. If you check the white paper, they do have a different total supply. So I'm not too bullish on this price personally, just because I know what's going to happen when they're going to be switching over to Substrate. I think that the supply is just going to be changed, and I'm worried that it's going to affect the price when it comes to that, right? So that's why I'm a bit careful when it comes to investing in projects that have a different total supply or circulating supply that they're going to have when they're going to switch to a different framework, which is going to be on Substrate. So again, they are an ERC20 at the moment, and they're tradable on Huobi, which is a good exchange, Uniswap and Bitsum as well. Bitsum is a big one. Is the second biggest Korean exchange. So yeah, I am a bit concerned about this price. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to hold. Maybe it will, but the fact that there's going to be more tokens in circulation, I am concerned, right? So yeah, I'm staying away from Crust at the moment just because of the price. We'll see what happens when they switch. Maybe the price is going to do really well. Maybe it's going to take off without me, and if so, so be it. But I'm not personally going to take risks with investing in Crust just in case it drops. And if it drops, then great. Then that's the time for me to get in, and I will get in. So let's talk about the updates from Crust here, so we can see that probably the biggest one that we've got is that Crust Grants provides each recipient with a grant of up to $30,000. This not only supports developers but to develop in the subdivisions of the technology stack, but supports developers with technical and ecological support, so that's good to see. You can join Crust here on their Discord if you're interested. We can also see that they're the first proposal on Maxwell Preview Network, which has passed and been implemented. The validator count has increased from 25 to 30, so they're increasing their validators here. They're working right behind the scenes. I mean, you've just seen it earlier on when we were looking at that Phala update with regards to the developer activity. Crust is doing very well. Then this is the DAO Alliance here, where they had a meeting. As you can see, we've got Alex Chen here, who's from Darwinian Network, together with other founders here from these projects. You can see from Patriot Labs, from Bifrost, from Crust, and from Parity Tech. They all had a chat. And of course, Crust now hosts the Uniswap front end on Maxwell with 50 plus IPFS replicas available. So that's great to see that, right? So yeah, not that many updates from Crust, just technical updates pretty much. But the fact that they've got this grant here with $30,000 is pretty good, right? It just shows you that they've got the funding, they're doing well, they're developing, they're not sleeping. So that's important. But like I said, I'm personally not going to get in until I see that substrate listing with all the circulating supply as it's supposed to be, because at the moment it is very low. So that concerns me as well. So finally, I want to talk about this here, and this is with the Rococo Test Net. We can see it here that all the parachains that were previously connected are no longer connected. We've only got the test parachains, Tick, Trick, and Track. But if we go here to the Paratrust, there's nothing. If we go to the auctions, there's nothing. And if we go to the crowd loan, there's nothing. So that means that we've had the 10 parachains already. The test has already been completed. I don't think they want to be doing any more testing, in my opinion, hence why we're not seeing anything here. Maybe they're just restarting. And that's why I'm not seeing anything here. But I do think that the Kusama parachain auctions are just around the corner. So that's a good thing. But yeah, this is pretty much it from today's video. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.